Elaine Capabianco.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Elaine. You have a red light violation on Pleasant Valley Parkway and Valley Street. I have your record here. You have nothing. All of a sudden now, you're becoming a tyrant on the roads. What's going on here?
I was taking my mother to radiation treatment at Roger Williams Cancer Center. And, I've been a little stressed out over this. And I guess I thought I just made it, but I guess I didn't. And my mother now has discontinued all treatment, and she's 91 years old. Very blessed to have her for that long in my life. But I don't want to see her suffer anymore, and she doesn't want to suffer anymore either, so.
How many children in your family?
There are 4 of us. I have an older brother, then there's me. I have a younger brother, and my younger sister, Jeannie, died about 18 years ago.
So you're the woman
I'm the
surviving. What? You had a sister that died, so you're taking care of your mother.
Yes, we're all pitching in, and we all have our duties. But I see my mother every day practically, and I call her at least 3 times a day.
God love you for the work that you do.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. There was a time in my life when I was, a little off the beaten path, you might say. But I've turned my life around, and I'm here to help my mother.
At the end of the day, we're judged on how we help other people. What we do for others, the difference we make in the lives that we touch. And I talk about this all the time. I think the shame of this country is the disintegration of the family unit.
You got it. I hear you on that. We used to sit at the table. My father died when I was 16. He had a fatal heart attack. And the family, not due to my mother's fault or anybody's, but he was like the cornerstone. And we all kind of,
Listen to him.
Yeah, my mother was lenient. So, but I remember us sitting at the table. There was structure. There was structure back then. There was respect. There was discipline. And I see that. I'm with you on that. I see that disintegrating.
You have dinner every night at 5 o'clock?
We used to do that, yeah, when we were kids.
Yeah, everybody had to be at the table at 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 5 or 6, when both my parents worked, so, and I was in the kitchen.
And what about Sunday mornings?
Sunday mornings, we went to church, we got the newspaper, sometimes we went and got donuts, and then we visited my grandmother.
Did your grandmother make the gravy?
Yes, every Sunday.
Gravy, right?
Gravy, yep.
And the meatballs.
And the meatballs,
Yeah.
and the sausage, and all that
sausage
stuff, and the bread.
brajol, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
I missed that.
And then you'd have to roast the chicken too, right?
Yes.
And the soup.
And the soup,
Yeah.
yes.
It was like a marathon eating on Sundays.
And the cannolis.
And cannolis too, huh?
Yes.
How about the sfogliatelles? Do you have a sfogliatelle? Inspector Quinn, do you know what a sfogliatelle is? You don't have a clue.
Of course, I know
You
what
know.
sfogliatelle
Oh, you have an Italian wife, that's right.
My mother-in-law more, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, you're going to bring back a lot of good memories for many people that hear this.
Yeah.
And you brought back a lot of great memories for me as well, because most people that I grew up with, I grew up in Federal Hill, it was 90% Italian when I lived there.
Exactly.
So if you took a deep breath, you smelled everybody else's gravy on Sundays,
And I'm not mentioning names, but there are a number of people that know you very well and have a lot of respect for you, including me.
You don't want to tell me who they are.
I'm going to keep that a secret, Judge, but there's a few people out there.
Well, there's an Italian code, so in private we can talk, but.
Your Honor, this was point 3.
All right, we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to see how bad you are.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, this here, I had looked earlier, it is on point 3. The city allows point 2. And I have a cannoli and a sfogliatelle. It's got my name written on it in the office, so if we could step this up. Your Honor, it is only 1/100th of a second more than what's allowed.
1/10 of a second is such an infinitesimal amount that I usually give a break on that, and certainly I'm going to do it in your case. Because of the compelling circumstances in your case and the love and affection and dedication you have to your mother, even argues more for the fact that I should exercise some leniency in your regard. Keep up your good work. God love you. You have a good heart, and you serve as an example how others should treat their parents, particularly at the end of their
I
days.
do it without question, without resentment, without bitterness. I'm just there. That's the way it should be.
Matters dismissed. Good luck.
Oh, thank you so much, Judge. You have a good day. God bless you.
Bye.
Elaine brought back fond memories of Sunday dinners. American families are eating together less and less, and that's a shame. Countless studies have shown that when children eat regularly with their parents, they are physically and emotionally healthier. They have better manners and stronger communication skills. And most importantly, they are less likely to become involved with drugs or alcohol. When kids get in trouble, it's often because they lack supervision or are trying to get their parents' attention. Children who eat meals with their family already get the supervision and attention they need and desire. Remember, families who eat together stay together.
Anthony Dagnello.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning, sir. Mr. Dagnello, you have a speeding ticket on Blackstone Boulevard. Is there anything you want to tell me about this?
I'm not sure if school was in session on that date. I remember my wife was pregnant at the time, and she got one of those cravings and wanted a specific pastry from a bakery that was down the end of Blackstone Boulevard. So that's where I was going to at the time to get a craving pastry for my pregnant wife.
How many months pregnant was she at the time?
9.
Oh, so she had the baby.
2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Oh,
8 or 9 months.
Wait a minute. If she was 9 months pregnant, the ticket was issued in June. This is August 24th.
The baby was born August 9th, so
August 9th.
the end of
So she
8
was,
months.
She was a month late.
She was 2 weeks late.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure this out. I know this stuff, Inspector Quinn. I have 5 kids. I know all about this stuff.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask him. How many children do you have?
This is my first, sir.
Oh, okay, then. That's excusable.
Yeah.
Because the second one, she could drive herself.
No, it's not true. I'll be speaking to Mrs. Quinn
I'm
very
sure
shortly.
she's going to hear about that.
You'll be hearing about that.
Once again,
Okay.
not my brightest moment.
If he comes in with some bruises tomorrow, you know why. Would you have a boy or a girl?
Baby girl,
Yeah, what's the name?
Vivian Rose.
Vivian Rose. Beth.
Pretty name.
Pretty nice. Vivian Rose. Well, you were 1 mile over what we would charge for, so I think I can give an exception on 1 mile for a woman who was having contractions and wanted to have some pastry. What she wanted? Some pastry.
Pastry.
What did she want? She wanted cannoli. She wanted the.
Well, unfortunately, she
That's
has some dietary restrictions, so she has to go to a vegan bakery. So,
Oh.
so it was a specific bakery I had to go to.
That explains how I didn't know where that bakery was, Judge. Not on the list of bakeries I swing by.
I'm going to dismiss it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's true that after the first baby, I stopped indulging my wife's cravings. But it wasn't because I was a bad husband. It was because I was a great husband, one who wanted to be around to guide his children into adulthood. Let me explain. For our first child, Colleen craved flaming hot Cheetos dipped in strawberry yogurt. Disgusting, right? Wrong. Delicious. Disgustingly delicious. I was addicted. It took me 2 years and a trip to see a hypnotist named Hazel to break free of their spell. For the second baby, she craved Twinkies covered in ranch dressing. Diabolical. 2 of my favorite food groups combined into one delicious snack. I knew if I went there, I wouldn't live long enough to walk my daughters down the aisle. So I said no to my hormonally unbalanced wife. It wasn't pretty. Unkind words were spoken. Hurtful names were called. But I held fast. Does that make me a, quote, selfish or a hero? My grandson Charlie votes hero. I suspect you do too. Thank you.